All right, hello, welcome, and thank you for joining us. We're going to have a wonderful webinar here about surrogate support. And I am Sarah Martin. I'm the Director of Operations here at Family Source Consultants. And I am delighted to introduce you today to Denise Connor. She is our Surrogate Support Manager, and she's going to tell us all things surrogate support today and why it's so important. So, Denise, thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to our discussion.
Thank you for having me. Yes, I have been with Family Source for 11 years now. I started right after I had my own surrogacy journey, welcomed I could say little girl, but she's not little anymore because now she's 11, a
Wow.
girl into this world, and she is the highlight of her parents' lives. So that's awesome to see. And shortly after my journey was over, I was approached to start in-person support groups for our local girls. And I did that for a good number of years until my children went to school full time. And then we decided to branch out my position into reaching out to all of the girls in our program, which is great. I reach out every other month to every surrogate in our program and kind of keep in touch with their journey and provide as much support as I can to our case managers and our surrogates.
Absolutely. Excuse me. Thank you. Well, and Denise, it does not surprise me in the least that you were approached to do this position. I
Why is
love,
that, Sarah?
and I tell every, any, new staff board member that we onboard, I'm always like, cannot wait for you to meet Denise Connor. She is just electric and magnetic and just such a joy and wonderful to be
Aw,
around, as well as just a
thank
wealth of
you.
knowledge. And, you're just the absolute right person for this position. And the surrogate and what we do with our surrogates, and of course, our intake team are always saying, I cannot wait to get you through to meet Denise as well. And also just
Aw,
to be a part of this incredible group of surrogates in the support system that we have. And I really want to spend some time today, helping our surrogates understand what that really looks like and what really is available to them. And I will go on record and saying I do think that we have, just above and beyond surrogate support. And it's something I think that Family Source just does. Among the other things, this is something that we do incredibly well and take incredibly seriously. So just I've got a few questions for you today, but just from the top, just tell us why surrogate support is so important. Why is that even something that we need to consider?
absolutely. So I agree with you. I do think we have set the bar on surrogate support for sure. I believe we are the first agency that came up with the idea. And it is so important because while you're having a pregnancy, which is a pregnancy like a normal pregnancy, there are so many other variables that come into a surrogate journey and pregnancy than just a typical pregnancy. So
That's right.
we have, just starting from the beginning, of course, there's a sign up process. There is a medical screening process, a legal contract that needs to be created. Of course, you'll be doing an embryo transfer with different injectable medications, which is always like, oh, I'm freaked out about that part.
That's right.
Right. And then everyone gets through it and they're like, okay, not so bad. And then, you're carrying a pregnancy for somebody that you're giving that baby up at the end. So, of course, there's going to be some trepidation with all of that. There's going to be some anxiety. I don't think anybody can go through a whole journey without some type of anxiety at some point. So what we've really done here is, and we'll talk about all the aspects we provide to our surrogates soon, but we have this tremendous network that we've created with our Facebook group. And this group, it's a private group. You have to be invited to it. We have about currently, I just looked this morning, about 240 members. So that is a whole lot of information, experience, love and support. One of our rules is we are a zero drama zone. Get it out of there. We don't want to hear any of that. We are supporting our girls. We are everybody's best cheerleader. You're not going to find more support than you're going to find within our group. So we've kind of fostered that environment, and it makes a huge difference in your journey when you have another surrogate sister, we call them, to
Yeah.
just throw a problem or a concern or something you're wondering about, throw it out on the table and kind of see what you get back. And you get so much more information in return than you even expected.
And I love that you brought that up. I love that group. It's so wonderful
I
because
do too.
it's comprised of brand new surrogates, it's comprised of experienced surrogates, it's
Yep.
comprised of people all along the journey,
Yes.
along with staff members. And so there's
Yes.
always going to be familiar faces in there. And it's amazing to me how I see like people respond immediately. It's like
Yes.
real time, immediate response, which is
Yes.
really incredible because you have all these voices. In particular, it's a lot of surrogates going, "What about this? I haven't done this yet. What were y'all's
Yes.
experiences?" And it's just like such great actual information of people who have lived those experiences ahead of you. And and like you said, it's just full of cheerleaders. Someone can
Yes.
immediately post like, "Oh, I'm nervous. I have medical screening tomorrow." And then it's like, it just is,
Yep.
a
It's so great.
ton
I
of
love it.
messages going, "You got this, girl. It's gonna be fine." And just all these warm and fuzzies. And
Yes.
I think it really helps give people who, like you said, are full of anxiety in a certain moment, just some comfort, and some also confidence that it's going to be okay and things are going to move forward.
Absolutely. And it kind of brings us into our next question, but um yes, we have members from our intake group, members from our match group that are in our group. And I love when one of the girls posts something like, "Oh, I'm going for my transfer tomorrow," or shouting out a good luck or whatever it is we're doing. And somebody from intake will pipe in and be like, "Oh, I'm so excited for
Yeah,
you." It's like we want the girls to know that from the moment they are signing on with FSC, that we want success for all of them from the
that's right.
beginning to the end. We're excited for your journey. We want you to be excited to be here. And we want you to see all the love and support that we have to give you, and it doesn't go
Yeah,
away like just because, oh, you're through the intake, I'm done with you now. On to
that's
that's
right.
It's not like that.
Yeah,
It is a continuous, oh my gosh, I remember when you were in intake and I can't believe you're transferring
that's
tomorrow. And
right.
oh,
That's right.
and I just really love that. And that's that community that we've strived so hard um, to develop. And we have completely nailed it, completely accomplished that task. Check. Yeah.
Completely agree. And I want to make sure that, any of our listeners also understand because they can go, well, every agency has case managers or case coordinators, and they would support me on my journey. What is different about, and of course, our case coordinators are incredible and they hold your hand, every step of
Mhm.
the way and then some.
Yes.
But I really want, to delineate the difference between we not only offer that one-to-one case coordinator support, but what you do in particular that is added support to that. Besides, I mean, the face group is incredible and I love it, but you coordinate so many other things that are so vital to that just support network, that support community. So let our listeners know today what else is available to them besides just someone to ask their questions to or to guide them to their next step.
Got it.
And the incredible Facebook group. But there's more.
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
like, and wait, but wait, there's more.
Right. That was just a tease.
Right? Exactly.
So
Yeah.
yes, so our incredible Facebook group, I could talk about that all day long, but I
Same.
won't. So there's that group that we've already talked a lot about and is
Yeah.
spectacular. There also is a monthly Zoom that we do. Our Zoom is meant to be a source of support for everybody, whether you're in California, Florida, Texas, New York, wherever you are. Once a month, you can jump on our Zoom and we just talk about whatever it is that needs to be talked about. We all introduce ourselves. We bring up topics. All sorts of things are talked about. Like nothing is off limits, really. If you have a concern, bring it to the table. It's going to be a fair judgment. There actually no judgment, but you're going to get a fair answer. You're going to get so much experience from somebody else. You could be having a hard time about something, and another girl could be on there and be like, listen, that happened to me, and this is what I did. And I'm going to send you the link, and this is the product you want to get,
That's right.
and so even through our Zooms,
Yeah.
like friendships are formed and people
Yeah.
meet each other and start communicating off, on their own with each other, which is really great. That's once again fostering that whole environment of inclusion
Yeah.
and support, and it's also important. So we have our group, we do our Zooms, and then one of my favorite parts is our in-person meetings.
That's right.
Unfortunately, I can't be everywhere all the time, and I can't clone myself. We haven't figured that part out yet,
Probably
but
getting closer though.
we're getting close. I mean, but so we have our in-person meetings in
Yeah.
the Chicago area because I'm in the Chicago area. And we get together. We have different themes. This month, for instance, we had our Thanksgiving feast, and we had a nice dinner together, and of course, a lot of talk and support. The girls within our group have become quite close as well. We always enjoy new girls joining us. So that is something we hope to see more and more new faces. If you're, in the area and able to come join us, we would love to have you join us. Next month we'll be doing like our like Christmas party. So we'll be doing a
Yeah.
cookie exchange and all sorts of games, and always support and talking is always our number one focus of our groups. But we like to have some fun too, and kind of make light of some of the things that are making you nervous. It's important.
It's so important. It's so incredible. And, just kind of as we wrap up our discussion today, what's, one thing or a couple things that, has come out of this surrogate support, it's a lot of S's, this surrogate support community that's just been extra special? Or, I love those things when you develop a program and these like unintended or unintentional special things come out of it that you're just like, wow, we didn't even see this coming, but this has been really incredible, or something that has
Yeah.
just that you would want to share.
I've watched throughout the years the girls just becoming friends with each other,
Yeah.
forming these bonds that were unexpected. Sometimes the bonds are formed because of maybe not great circumstances. Things happen. Not everything is wonderful and rainbows and butterflies, and sometimes they bond that way, and other times they bond over just their genuine happiness for each other.
I love that.
And yeah, just I've seen so many people become friends. For instance, a couple of our girls for our in person, one of them just had a baby of her own, and she's struggling a little bit. She's gonna be fine
Sure.
because she is
Yeah.
like gonna be fine, but
Yeah.
now she's got two instead of one, so that's
Sure.
a big difference. And
Yeah.
one of the girls in our group was like, "Hey, do you need me to stop by and grab you some coffee and get some baby snuggles, and you can like go to sleep or take a shower or whatever?" And this girl is also has a very full life, very busy, blah blah blah, but she was willing to set aside her time and
Wow.
go over and help her surrogate sister out,
Wow.
and I
I
thought that was
love
just
that.
like my heart. I was like, you are such an incredible person. And I sat back and I thought that bond is there because of our groups. And because of our groups and because they love being a part of it, that's why they've signed on for a
Yeah.
second or third journey. They're coming back for journeys because they want to be a part of this group. So I think that says something as well, that a good majority of our surrogates do come back to do another journey with us. So
Oh, they do.
they
Absolutely.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also try to, to jump back. I do reach out to all the girls in our program every other month. Not all of them respond to me. I don't have a personal connection with all of them, but I do with a good majority of them.
Yeah.
And I also like to be there to help the case coordinators. They have such a hard job, and they do it so beautifully and with such compassion that it just warms my heart. And I notice when they're having a hard day sometimes, and I just team them, and I'm like, you're doing a great job. Like, because I think they need the support too sometimes,
Right. Of course.
they feel these things.
Denise, you really are supporting more than just the surrogates. You're a great
I
support
try.
to all the staff and such, but also just such a good, addition to that case management team and being able to partner with the case coordinators, especially, like you mentioned earlier, that part of support too is supporting. It's not just cheerleading, but as we know, maybe the first transfer didn't take, and there's a lot
Right.
of hard feelings with that, or
Yes.
something can go wrong, and
Right.
with a loss, and those things are hard, and that's where that community, all those pieces are so imperative as well, and the surrogate is really wrapped with love and care, and you
Absolutely.
partnering with that case coordinator as well, just to make sure that we can support them, give them what they need, and get them to that next stage, that next transfer. And like you said, their
Absolutely.
surrogates, sisters especially, who have been through that, can also hold their hand. So
Yes.
it's a lot of what we do is high highs and low lows, and
Very much.
it's the support community is really important to both of those aspects, so that we can always get to that next victory, that next celebration. And
Absolutely. We want to
um
celebrate the successes, but we also want to support and comfort in the sadness.
that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
because you need it on both ends.
We love that. Well, Denise, thank you so much just for sharing all
Oh,
the things that you do,
of
and
course.
all the things that the surrogate support community at Family Source offers. Just a quick recap. Not only do you have your case coordinator, your intake crew, your match crew, your case coordinator crew, but then you've also got Denise and her support network. And she, as she said, you're going to be hearing from Denise at least once a month. That Facebook group is there for you. If you're in person, you can absolutely join the in-person group. And then, of course, the monthly Zoom, and all those
Absolutely.
just make the difference in the journey, and makes you really feel a part of a really special group. And Denise, thank you for doing such
Thank
an
you.
incredible job, and just for, really just um, leading that group so beautifully. And so thanks
Thank
for just
you.
all your insight today, and your wonderful energy as well. And of course, to our listeners, we would love to hear from you. If you have been considering a surrogacy journey, now is the time. Please go to our website right now. We want to hear from you. So familysourceconsultants.com, and connect with us through our website, and we'll have someone respond to you really very quickly. And we'd love to get you started on your surrogacy journey with us. And I hope you all have a wonderful day or evening or whenever you're listening. And we'll see you again soon. Thanks.
Thanks for
Bye.
having me, Sarah.
Thanks, Denise.